Students, today I will explain to you chapter 8 of your Skylark book, The Charge of the Light Brigade. This poem was written by English poet Alfred Lord Tennyson in response to a battle during the Crimean War which took place in 1853 to 1855. In this battle, a British cavalry unit, the Light Brigade, was commanded to charge against a Russian artillery unit. It tells us the willingness of the cavalry to obey orders no matter the cost and to sacrifice themselves. This willingness is what makes them heroes, thereby showing their heroism is not just about bravery but also about their duty. So let's start the poem. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death, rode the 600. Forward the Light Brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death, rode the 600. The poem is starting with the words half a league, which is used thrice to symbolize the parade of the Light Brigade towards the enemy. Half a league is roughly a mile and a half, because a league is equal to about 3 miles and is an old way to measure distance. The 600 soldiers were commanded to march towards the enemy that was probably 1.5 miles ahead. They were marching into the valley of death, which means that they were soon going to be killed. The commander commands the soldiers to take charge of their guns and attack their enemies. The next stanza. Forward the Light Brigade, was there a man dismayed? Not through the soldier knew someone had blundered. There's not to make reply, there's not to reason why, there's but to do and die. Into the valley rode the 600. The commander gave the command to the soldiers to move forward and asked if any soldier was afraid or discouraged. The Light Brigade, even though they knew that someone had blundered and the charge was a mistake, but they were trained and disciplined to follow the orders. They were not used to questioning the orders of their superior, but to do their duty and face death in the war. Now the third stanza. Cannon to right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell, boldly they rode and well into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. This stanza describes the scene where the soldiers are surrounded by enemy cannons on their left, right and front. There were huge walls of cannons all around them that were firing and making a sound like thunder. They were showered with artillery shells and gunshot, but the 600 soldiers rode boldly and well into the teeth of death and mount of hell. Now the fourth stanza. Flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turn in air, sabring the gunners there, charging an army, while all the world wondered, plunged in the battery smoke, right through the line they broke. Cossack and Russian reeled from the sabre stroke, shattered and sundered, then they rode back, but not the 600. So sabre here is the sword. The sharp sword are called the sabres. So in this stanza, the soldiers took out their sword and stabbed the enemy soldiers who were firing with guns. They charged an entire army and the whole world wondered at their sincerity and dedication. The cavalrymen passed through the dense smoke of shelling, crossed the borderline, fought and killed the enemies, that is the Russians and the Cossack. The enemies were torn apart to death and the soldiers returned, but according to the poet, they were not 600 as many of them died. Now the fifth stanza. Cannon to right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon behind them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell, while horses and hero fell, they that had fought so well came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of the 600. So in the fifth stanza, the poet has repeated the lines of the third three stanzas, however. This stanza also says that there were cannons behind the cavalrymen as well as, which means that they were returning back, leaving the enemy behind. The heroes fought so well, but many of them died and they lose their horses, as many of the horses were killed. They rode through the teeth of death and came back from the valley itself, but a few remained to make the journey back. They were not 600 any more. Now the last stanza. When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made! All the world wondered, honored the charge they made, honored the Light Brigade, noble 600. So in the last stanza, the speaker calls to honor the 600 men and asks the rhetorical question, when can their glory fade and how their bravery can be forgotten? They will always be remembered for marching boldly into a battle where many were sure to die. The whole world admired their courage, and their glory is indeed undying. We must respect and honor the 600 men of the Light Brigade. So this poem celebrates an act of bravery and sacrifice, the suicidal cavalry charge during the Crimean War. Thank you.